Hello students, welcome to this online teaching learning process of subject microprocessor. So from today we are going to start our fourth unit, that is 8086 assembly language programming. So this is the most important unit in the total syllabus, in which we have to write the assembly language programs for the different problem statements specified. So using different assembly language instructions which we studied in the third unit, we have to use that assembly language instructions and write our assembly language programs. So we will start our fourth unit. So first topic is to study the structure of 8086 assembly language program. Course outcome of this unit includes to write assembly language program using different assembly language instructions. Learning outcome of this video includes to study the structure of assembly language program, that is how the assembly language program should be written, that is the format of assembly language program. That particular format must be followed in writing every assembly language program, and we will see a sample program about how to write a simple assembly language program. POs mapped are PO1, PO4, PO6 and PO7. Now coming to the structure of assembly language program, it is also called as the format of assembly language program or skeleton of assembly language program. Now what this structure specifies? This structure is used, it gives a sample template. So we have to follow that sample template and write our assembly language program. We have to strictly follow about how to write the assembly language program. So in the first part we will start with the data segment. So we have to specify the assembler directive segment, and in front of segment we have to write data. That means the data segment is starting. Why we are using the data segment first? Because in any assembly language program we have to first provide the data to the microprocessor. So first we define our data inside the data segment. So we will start our data segment with data segment assembler directive. Inside the data segment we have to define the data like variable name, then assembler directive, that is dd, db, dw, etc. So that are the program declaration statements, and we have to end the data segment with the help of end s assembler directive. And which segment is ending? Data. So we have to write data end s. So this is the structure we have to follow while writing every assembly language program. So the start of the program will include first the data segment definition, and next there will be the code segment definition. In 99% of the programs we will study, we have to follow the same format. First we will write data segment. Inside the data segment we will define our data variables, and then we will write our code segment. So in the next part, after completing the data segment, we have to write the code segment, that is which segment is starting. Segment is used to specify the particular segment which is going to start. So code segment, that means code segment is starting. Then in that code segment we have to write the first four instructions as it is. So what are these instructions? We have to write assume cs colon code comma ds colon data. That means inside the code segment wherever we write cs, it will assume it as code segment, and wherever we write ds, it will assume it as data segment. Next instruction is start. It specifies the start of the program. Next two instructions are very much important. First is move ax comma data. and next is move ds comma ax. These two instructions are used for initialization of data segment, because without the data we cannot execute any program. So first we have to initialize our data segment. Data segment is stored in separate memory location, so we have to initialize that data segment. So these first four instructions, that is from assume cs colon code ds colon data to move ds comma ax, these four instructions will be present in every assembly program we will write. So in the code segment will be followed by the program logic, that is the program code using assembly language instructions. Now after move ds comma ax, we have to write the logic of the program. Logic means what operations we need to perform, and in the next step we have to end the code segment and end our program with end start. So this is the structure or the format to write any assembly language program. First we will define our data inside the data segment, and then we will write our code, that is the logic of the program, inside the code segment. So we will study a sample program about how to add two 8-bit numbers. So step 1, first in the first step basically we have to write the algorithm, but we have skipped that step and we have implemented that algorithm in our flowchart. So first step will be the start, that is what this flowchart shows, how the program will get executed. It is the pictorial representation of the steps we have defined in our algorithm. So what will be the first step? Load the accumulator with the first 8-bit number. Now there are two 8-bit numbers, we have to add two 8-bit numbers. So the first number we will load into accumulator. Accumulator means AL register. We have only four general purpose registers: AX, BX, CX and DX, which we have to use in all the assembly language programs. Without these registers we cannot perform assembly language programming. So these 16-bit registers are split into two parts, that is, for example, if the register is BX, we will split into two 8 bits, B lower, that is BL, and B higher, that is BH. So BL will store lower 8 bits and BH will store higher 8 bits. In case where there are only 8-bit numbers, so there is no need to use the complete 16-bit registers. The higher bits will get wasted. So to efficiently use our registers, we use either AL or AX or BL or BX, CL or CX or DL or DX, depending upon the numbers or the size of the numbers we have been specified. So we are using here is 8-bit numbers. So we will load this register into first number into the 8-bit register, that is our AL. So the first number will get loaded. Now we have to perform addition of two numbers. What about the second number? So second number we will load the number into BL register. Now first number is in AL, second number is in BL. Now what we have to perform? We have to perform addition. This is given in the program. What we have to perform? We have to write a assembly language program to add two 8-bit numbers. So both the numbers we have taken into registers, that is AL and BL. Now we have to add these numbers. So which instruction we will use for adding the two numbers? Add instruction. So add both the numbers and print the result. So this is the flow chart. Now main is the code part, that is how to write. So as we have defined in the structure of the program, first we have to define our data segment. So the data segment is defined. So in the data segment, which data will be required for performing addition of two 8-bit numbers? Two numbers will be required, a number 1 and number 2. So num1 is nothing but the variable. Here you can take it as x, y, whatever you want. So num1 is the variable name. So num1 db. Why db? db means defined byte. Defined byte means how many bits? 1 byte equals to 8 bits. So we have used the assembler directive db. And number is of 8 bit, that is how much hexadecimal digits? 2 hexadecimal digits. 1 hexadecimal digit equals to 4 binary bits. So 2 hexadecimal digits will be equals to 8 binary bits. So first variable is been defined, that is num1 db09h. Similarly we define the second number num2. This is the variable name, db is the data type or the defined byte, that means it specifies it is a 8-bit number and the value we have taken is it as 02h. So we have defined our two numbers. Now in addition to this we have to store the result. So for storing the result we are taking the third variable, that is result. Now result of two 8-bit numbers will be 8-bit number only, therefore we have taken it as db. And what will be the result we don't know, therefore question mark. So instead of using question mark we can also put it as blank. So this number of data will be required. So we will now end our data segment. Now starting our code segment. In the code segment we have to write that 4 instructions. Assume cs colon code ds comma ds colon data. Next is start instruction. Then after start instruction we have to write move ax comma data, move ds comma ax. These 4 instructions will be same as it is in all the assembly language programs we will write. Assume cs colon code comma ds colon data, start move ax comma data, move ds comma ax. This is used to initialize the data segment. Now coming to the logic, we have defined our numbers inside of the data segment, that is the numbers are num1 and num2. Now we have to first move the numbers into registers, because the 8-bit numbers are present in variable. So whenever we have to perform any assembly language program, we have to first move these variables into our general purpose registers. Without moving that data into general purpose registers, we can't perform any operation in 8086. So we will first move the number 1 into AL. Next step will be moving the number 2 into BL register. Now both the numbers are in 8-bit registers. Next what we have to perform? We have to perform the addition. So we will use add instruction. Now what is the syntax of add instruction? Add destination comma source. So what is our destination? AL, and source is DL, source is BL. So we will write add AL comma BL. So what this instruction will perform? The 8-bit number present in BL will be added with 8-bit number present in AL, and the result will be in destination, that is AL. Now next we have taken a variable called as result to store the result. So now where is the result? In AL. So move result comma AL, that is whatever the result which is present in AL will be moved into the variable named as result. So our addition is getting got performed, and next we will stop the program. So for stopping the program we use the instruction halt. Halt means stop. So HLT instruction. Next we have to end our code with the help of code endS assembler directive and end start. So this is how we have to perform the addition of two 8-bit numbers. Same logic will be used to subtract two 8-bit numbers. Load the first number into accumulator, load second number into BL register. Now instead of addition we have to perform subtraction. We will subtract and print the result. So the same, simply one instruction will change, that is instead of add we will use sub. So similarly we have defined here num1, num2 and result in the data segment. So this is the part of our data, therefore we have defined inside the data segment. Next, inside the code segment same logic is used. We have moved the first number into AL, second number into BL register, and instead of sub we have to perform subtraction. Therefore we have used sub instruction. Sub means subtract. Destination comma source, that is AL comma BL. Then we have moved the result which is present in the AL register into the result variable, and then we have stopped the program. So this is the simple program for addition. So important MSBT related questions are: draw the flowchart to add two 8-bit numbers, flowchart to subtract two 8-bit numbers, develop an assembly language program to add 8-bit numbers. Whenever there is a statement or keyword such as develop, we have to draw the flowchart as well as write the complete code, that is our program, and develop an assembly language program to subtract two 8-bit numbers. So what we have studied in this video is the structure of assembly language program, how to write an assembly language program, and sample programs for addition and subtraction of two 8-bit numbers. So thanks for watching the video lecture. In the next video we will see about how to add and subtract two 16-bit numbers.